What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, I want to talk about a little prediction or theory that I have moving forward in the next couple of weeks and months here. And that is regarding the upcoming changes to the Soulbound reward cards, right? We're going to get the new Rebellion set, which is very exciting. It's going to be meta shifting, meta defining potentially, right? But there's definitely going to be something happening with these cards once they go live and with the game overall. Now, what I'm focused on here and the prediction that I'm going to make is that I think we will see a rise in modern battles, a rise in modern activity. Now, reason being, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of fantastic Rebellion cards out there. I haven't played in Modern, right, for a while. But what ends up happening when you dilute the current meta, right, so the current cards that are out there, and make it so that everybody has kind of like availability to get these cards, meaning the reward cards, you're gonna get to a point where, yes, there will certainly be Rebellion cards, Rebellion core set cards that people will need at the highest levels. But if you can become more competitive in the modern scene without having to spend any extra dollars, right? And I think there's going to be an interesting time period between now and we'll just say like October, November. So that gives us like a good 2 to 3 months of people collecting cards, leveling up, and then being much more competitive on the modern side, because some of these cards might come in and balance the game or imbalance the game in certain ways, where the Rebellion core set isn't going to be the only defining factor anymore, right? Let's just say if you're a competitive player, or even semi-competitive. I consider myself semi-competitive, right? If you're semi-competitive, you probably have a maxed or mostly maxed Chaos Legion set. Maybe you have some Riftwatcher cards. Maybe you have even some Rebellion cards. But if you don't, right, even if you're just staying within the Chaos Legion set, right, which includes the reward cards, Riftwatchers, and the core, then the only differentiating factor is going to be Rebellion. And this is what I'm saying, like with the dilution happening for everybody, where more cards will be coming into the game at a size, I believe, similar to what we saw with the Chaos Legion Soulbound reward cards. I mean, that's a significant amount of cards entering the game. And again, it all depends on what these cards do, how powerful they will be, if there is power creep, for example, right? If there is any kind of meta that shifts to them. And I'm thinking of like Kulu Mastermind or Izzyar, right? Some of these cards that were just absolutely bonkers from the last set. If we have some of those cards and you get regular folks that are not necessarily playing Modern all the time, and I'm raising my hand, right? Because the reason I'm sharing this is because I'm like, if I'm having this thought, there must be other people that are going to have the same or similar thought. It's like, if I'm going to be able to get some of these cards and then be more competitive in Wild, not in Wild, but in Modern, right? Because I normally play in Wild, but if I'll be more competitive in Modern, I might just make the switch over and start playing some more battles there to see how I do, right? I've tested the waters every once in a while with Modern, and the thing is, like, I'll have to grind my way up in terms of trying to get to something competitive, right? So because I think I've dropped all the way down to like silver or bronze, but the way that I'm planning this out is early on, if I am going to be getting a ton of extra energy from trying to level up some of these cards by opening chests, right? So I'll go through the batches, but then I'll be opening chests. If I'm going to have all that extra energy, I might as well try to climb the rankings in Modern and see how I do based on how some of these new cards are coming in. And so, you know, again, just going back to where some of these cards, I think we talked about Kulu Mastermind, Izzyar, but think about like how at level 1, right? So all the way at the base level, the 2 martyr cards, or actually there were 3 martyr cards that were fantastic for the Chaos Legion Soulbound set. I mean, those changed the game dramatically. And then there were other cards like Swamp Spitter, another one of my favorites, right? Dumaki Orc is another one that was interesting to use in certain situations. I mean, we can go through a bunch. That's not the point that I'm trying to get here. The point that I'm trying to make is that if these new cards do have some kind of meta-defining, shift within them, we're going to see more people, myself included, probably myself at the forefront, that go and start checking out Modern and playing more battles in Modern. So that's my quick and dirty kind of prediction here in terms of where I think things will go. Obviously, if you missed the last video, the announcement was just made that August 15th, after the end of season at that point, we are going to get the change over in the reward cards and start getting Rebellion reward cards. Once that happens, I really think that we're going to start to see a shift. So it's still a little while away. But at that point in the future, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit more of an upward shift. And if you notice here, let me remove the total battles. This is kind of, I mean, Modern is like half of what Wild is doing right now. So I would say that the upside isn't maybe necessarily there, although when I'm talking about SPS, but it might still be worthwhile, especially if you can start to sneak into the higher leagues, right? Diamond, Champion. Again, I don't think I'll be able to do that, but I'm not the typical. Like if I said that I was semi competitive before, I'm probably at the lower end of that spectrum, right? Of semi competitive. There's a lot of other people who have maxed Chaos Legion, who have a good amount of Rift Watcher cards, where they'll look at this and say, well, you know what? There's only a couple of Rebellion cards that I need. Let me either grab those or just completely disregard them and go heavy onto the reward cards and see how things play out. But that is all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I will catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.